Okay, this video will show you how to get reading passages out of the Readworks website and then create answer sheets for our teachers to use in eDoctrina. So the eDoctrina login is under our staff sign on our website, eDoctrina login. It should bring you right to this spot, or you could just Google for it. You do, the first time you log on to the device, have to drop down district to Geneseo Central. You could just start typing it in. And then log into the elementary school. Your login is first initial, last name, and your password's Geneseo243, and the G is capitalized. As far as, and I'd have both these tabs open because you can just work on them together. The Readworks, if you haven't set up an account yet, just go and create a new account using your school email account. There's no cost, there's no license or anything, so I'm not sure if you already have one, but feel free just to create one if you haven't yet. And this is the main page on Readworks once you create that. So what we're looking for are some, and this is documented, we're looking for reading passages out, on science and social studies, and for grades 3 through 5, and you can pick based on the Lexile level of what you think looks appropriate. Probably the easiest way to do it right off that front page is just to click on the reading passages link and then use your filters going straight down here. So I'm just going to start with 3rd grade and then drop my Lexile level to 400 and the max to 800. Under topic, here's where you'll get the different options. Use your judgment based on this, but I'm going to start with civics and government, picking social studies topics. Text type, we are looking for informational text. And then for skill and strategy, filter by multi-skill strategy and just leave these all open and then hit go. So for 3rd grade, you can see the range that I have, Lexile level from 550 on the low end to 770 on the top end, and here are the 6 reading passages to go with it. So the basic idea, let's just pick this top one to start with. Once I click on it, I am going to copy the exact title out of Readworks and then paste it into eDoctrina. So I'm going to do that first. Highlight it. Copy it. Here's the passage. We are going to need the passages downloaded so people can just use eDoctrina. They wouldn't have to log back into Readworks. So I would first download this reading passage so you get it as a full PDF, I believe. You'll probably want to end up creating a folder on your desktop or wherever and name these things something pretty obvious. So I'm going to go to Save As. I'm going to just for now put it right on my desktop. Call this Readworks Reading Passages. So it depends on you how detailed you want to be for organization, but I'm going to create another folder called 3rd grade. We're looking for 4 or 5 different reading passages at every grade level. So, use your judgment on what looks good. So rather than having this kind of title, I don't have to change it, but I am going to rename it just by pasting in what I had called it before so it's exact. Okay, so that downloaded the actual test, and this one has the answer key with it. So there's the reading passage, there's the questions. You can see there's 10 questions, the first 7 of which are multiple choice. The last 3 are open-ended, and here's the answer key. So we've downloaded that. Now in eDoctrina, all we're looking for is to create the answer key that goes with this. So when people give this assessment, they'll just be able to have the students fill in the bubble sheets for the multiple choice. They'll grade the open-ended, and then when they scan it at the copier, it'll give them immediate results. So I'm going to leave this window open. I can see the first one is C, C, C. So that gives me a start as far as what I'm looking at. So opening up eDoctrina now, I'm already logged in as you. So what I want to do is under assessments, create set up an assessment. So even though we're just looking for the answer key, you have to first create what's called the assessment in there, and then we're not going to actually type anything in. We're just going to put in what the correct answers are. So with this plus for inserting a new assessment, really what we're doing is an answer key only, but give it a name. And once again, I already copied the title of that document in there, so I could just Control V and paste it. You can leave the date when you're creating it, that's fine, but be as clear as you can in these filters. So it's grade 3 subject. They're going to be using this in their ELA classes. So pick English Language Arts. Type teacher is fine. Courses, now we do want this link to the 3rd grade ELA classes. So if you drop this down and find 3rd grade ELA, that's perfect. We're not attaching it to a unit or anything like that. So we're good where we are here. So once we have this created, I'm going to click on answer key only. How many questions I want to add. I'm adding 10 questions. I'm going to say it's ABC, letter, multiple choice, even though they're not all like that. We're going to start with that and we're going to modify those last 3. 4 choices for each one of them. Correct answer, we'll just pick A for right now. We know we're going to have to change that. Maximum points, let's leave it as 2 points each. So once I hit create assessment, I get this new window that's going to come up, and I should have 10 questions where I could actually just start picking what the right answers are. So you can see here's my title, everything's looking good so far, this is all good. Now when I start scrolling down, here's questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I just want to pick the right answer. So I remember that the correct answer for the first 3 of them was C. Scroll down. And now if I go back over to the answer key, or did I still have it open? Yes. Okay. So then I go D, B, A, C. So I'm going to go back into eDoctrina, D, B, A, and C. Now the last 3 questions are open-ended. For simplicity's sake, let's just make each one of them teacher scored out of 3 points. So people will have a 3-point rubric that they're going to use for those last 3 questions, just for consistency's sake. If we need to change that later, we will. But under type, change them all to teacher scored points. So changing that, since it's defaulting to 2 anyway, and most of those ELA open short answer responses are out of 2, let's keep it like that. So teacher scored 2, teacher scored 2. Okay. So once this is finished, you can leave everything else as is. Nothing else has to change down here. There's no grading tables. All you'll have to do from that afterwards is just hit save, and that first assessment's done. Now, another piece that we'd like, so we don't have to look for those actual assessments, we have the answer key created, is to attach that assessment that you downloaded right to this. So across the tabs on the top, we already have the name of it here, but let's actually attach the PDF to it. So under attachments, I can upload a file here. So I'll hit upload a file, and it'll just be like attaching my to an email, that kind of thing. You can see the desktop is quite a mess. What did I call it? Readworks, reading passages, 3rd grade, and I'm going to add that to it. So it added the actual PDF of the assessment. So that's going to save people from going into Readworks first, finding the assessment, printing it out. It's all going to be right in eDoctrina. So once you hit save on that, that one's done. And once again, I could go back into Readworks now, pick another one of those if I want to stick with 3rd grade social studies, or if I jump over to 3rd grade science. But that's the basic idea of how we're going to be looking to get both the assessments created and the answer keys. So take a look at the video again if you need to, and definitely shoot us an email if you have any questions with either the eDoctrina piece of it or the Readworks part of it. Thank you very much. Let us know if you have any questions.